Hello, everyone, and welcome to my weekly outlook for natural gas. Natural gas had a great week for whoever was short. I was particularly short from the $3 region, and I had an expectation of it to move towards the 2.5 area, which happened this week, and I had my targets hit this week, so which was great. Uh, Almost got about a 15% move, or even slightly more than that. So that's just great for something that happens in over 4 or 5 days. Other than that, my expectations for natural gas would probably be a move higher now, since we've met this entire resistance at the 2.5 area. So we can have two things that could happen from here. We could have it break higher and move back towards the 3 or the 3.1 region, or the second thing that could happen is we could just see some choppy action and we could see it break down after that. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly happens. So the timing of the trade is particularly important here. What we have to see is we have to make sure it's broken a previous pivot before taking a trade. So right now I don't see any pivot uh, right up to the $3 region. But if I switch to a smaller time frame, we can see that this region has had some trouble. So what could happen here is once it breaks this entire area, um, I would, sorry about that, just keeps happening. So once it breaks this entire area, I would go long about that, and I would hold that for this region. That's the 3 to 3.1 region. So my trade for the week for natural gas would be to go long once it breaks the 2.8 region and hold that for the $3 area, with my stops at the nearest hourly pivot. Right now I can see that near the 2.7 region. So that gives me a solid risk reward of 1:2, or slightly higher even. So it's not a bad trade to be in. If I look at the daily chart for natural gas, if I look at the RSIs, we can see that the RSIs are deep in the oversold region, and we could expect it to bounce. It's already begun its bounce higher, and it sort of needs to come back uh, towards uh, towards the 50 mark. And even if I switch back to the moving averages, we can see that it's just slightly extended when it comes to moving averages on the daily and on the weekly. So I expect natural gas to bounce from here, since it's sort of come back to its entire previous resistance of 2.5, and I expect it to bounce at least towards the 3 or $3.1 region. So my outlook for this week for natural gas would be to go long once it breaks that small resistance near the 2.8 area, and it would be to hold it towards 3.1. So that was it. Thank you for listening in. Make sure you check out my outlook for gold, crude oil, and silver. And see you guys next week.